On March 27th, 2022, in front of 15 million television viewers, Will Smith walked onto the Oscar stage and slapped a comedian across the face. 4 seconds, and that was all it took. But the collapse that followed didn't start that night. It had been building for 30 years, one carefully constructed image at a time. This is the receipt on Will Smith. Willard Carroll Smith Jr. was born in 1968 in West Philadelphia. His father ran a refrigeration business. His mother was a school administrator. He was raised in a stable, working-class household. By 18, he was performing as the Fresh Prince with DJ Jazzy Jeff. By 19, they had won the first ever Grammy for Best Rap Performance for Parents Just Don't Understand. Then he spent it all, every dollar. The IRS came knocking with a $2.8 million tax bill. Quincy Jones personally saved him, recommending him to NBC executives for a sitcom that would change everything. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air ran from 1990 to 1996. 6 seasons. One of the most beloved shows in American television history. Will Smith was 21 years old when it started. What Will Smith did between 1995 and 2008 was genuinely unprecedented. Independence Day, Men in Black, Ali, The Pursuit of Happiness, Hitch, I Am Legend, Bad Boys, Enemy of the State. 8 films that each grossed over $100 million. 3 Oscar nominations. A Grammy-winning music career running simultaneously. Forbes named him the most powerful actor in Hollywood in 2008. His films had collectively grossed over $5 billion worldwide. Behind the films, he was building something bigger. He co-founded Overbrook Entertainment in 1997, producing films and television outside of his own starring roles. In 2019, he and Jada co-founded Westbrook Inc., a multimedia entertainment company that would eventually be valued at approximately $600 million. He held stakes in nearly 30 companies, technology startups, fitness apps, real estate, electric boat racing. The image was perfect, the numbers were extraordinary, and underneath all of it, something was quietly fracturing. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith married in December 1997. According to multiple sources, Jada did not actually want to get married and cried at the wedding. Her mother reportedly pressured her to go through with it. South China Morning Post. For years, the marriage was marketed as the gold standard of Hollywood love. Then in 2020, R&B singer August Alsina gave an interview claiming he had been in a romantic relationship with Jada, with Will's blessing.
And then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yeah.
Jada admitted the relationship publicly on their own. Facebook show Red Table Talk calling it an entanglement. Will confirmed on the show that monogamy was what they chose for the large part of their relationship, but not the only arrangement they had ever had. In October 2023, Jada published her memoir Worthy and dropped the biggest bombshell yet. She revealed they had actually been secretly separated since 2016, 6 years before the Oscars slap. The most famous marriage in Hollywood had been a performance for 6 years. Nobody knew. On March 27th, 2022, Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head, comparing her to G.I. Jane. Jada has alopecia, a condition causing hair loss. Will Smith laughed initially, then he walked on stage. He slapped Rock across the face in front of 15 million viewers. Rock declined to press charges. Smith then won Best Actor for King Richard the same night. He cried at the podium and apologized to the Academy. He did not apologize to Chris Rock. Within days, Apple TV Plus delayed the release of Emancipation, the film for which Smith had earned a reported $30 million and which was expected to be a major awards contender Netflix shelved Fast and Loose, a project already in development with Smith attached. The Academy banned him from attending the Oscars ceremony for 10 years. Projects at Westbrook were quietly paused. Studios began reassessing their relationships with the company. In 4 seconds, 30 years of carefully constructed likability had developed a crack that nobody knew how to fix. Emancipation was released in December 2022 to mixed reviews. It earned just $3,000 to $4,000 per location during its opening weekend and was eliminated from Oscar consideration. In March 2025, he released a music album called Based on a True Story. Its lead single, Tantrum, accumulated just 3 million Spotify streams, compared to over 400 million for his 1998 hit, Gettin' Jiggy With It. The album referenced the slap directly, nobody was listening. Will and Jada sold a 5-bedroom Maryland home and listed a Woodland Hills property for $2 million. Sources told Radar Online that maintaining their remaining real estate, including a 150-acre Calabasas estate, had become financially challenging with the couple living separately. In January 2026, electric violinist Brian King Joseph filed a lawsuit accusing Smith of wrongful termination and sexual harassment, claiming Smith told him they shared a special connection he did not have with anyone else, and that someone had entered his Las Vegas hotel room, leaving items suggesting a sexual encounter. The list. Smith's legal team denied all allegations entirely. Bad Boys Ride or Die opened in June 2024 and grossed $404 million worldwide, making it the second highest grossing entry in the franchise. 44% of the opening weekend audience was between 18 and 34. Black moviegoers made up 44% of that audience. The numbers proved one thing: Will Smith could still open a film. The franchise audience had stayed loyal. In September 2025, Paramount Pictures signed a first-look multi-picture deal with Westbrook, focused on 4-quadrant theatrical films with Smith attached to star. 2 projects are already in development: Sugar Bandits and Rabbit Hole, written by the screenwriter of the Dune films. He appeared at the Grammy Awards in February 2025, his first major public appearance at a ceremony since the ban. His 27-year marriage to Jada officially ended in divorce in 2025, with a reported $900,000 settlement and $18,000 in monthly alimony. The Paramount deal, the divorce, the Grammy appearance, the new films in development. Every move is calculated. Every move is the work of a man trying to rebuild something that 4 seconds destroyed. Here is what the Will Smith story is really about. It is not about a slap. The slap was 4 seconds out of a 35-year career. It is about what happens when a man spends 3 decades building an image so perfect, so deliberate, that any deviation from it becomes catastrophic. The Fresh Prince never cursed. Will Smith never made headlines for the wrong reasons. The brand was family-friendly, likable, safe. When that brand cracked, it cracked publicly in front of 15 million people at the most watched event in entertainment. And the audience that had trusted the image for 30 years suddenly had to confront the possibility that the image was never the whole truth. As of 2026, Will Smith's net worth sits at an estimated $350 million. He has a Paramount deal, 2 films in development, a franchise that still makes $400 million globally. By every financial metric, the empire survived. But the marriage that was the foundation of the brand is over. The image that was the product is permanently complicated. The trust that took 30 years to build took 4 seconds to fracture. The question is not whether Will Smith can make movies again. He clearly can. The question is whether the audience will ever see Will Smith, and only see Will Smith, again. 35 years of building, 4 seconds of destruction, and a $350 million empire still standing, but permanently changed. Will Smith did not lose his money. He lost something harder to get back: He lost the version of himself that America had decided to believe in. That is the receipt on Will Smith, the most carefully constructed empire in Hollywood, and the 4 seconds that showed the world what was underneath it. That's the receipt. Subscribe, and never get the surface version again. New story dropping every week will be here.